Good afternoon, viewers. This is Emonews, and I am live at Ulala Junction. That's the entrance leading to Petite Savanne from Delices. And today we have some concerned residents who would like to express themselves, and this is the reason we are here. As you can see, they are carrying their placards and they have something, a message to send out, and I'm going to give them the opportunity to do just that. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
Not too good.
So tell us what is happening here this afternoon.
Well, first of all, I appreciate Emonews taking the time out. You know, it means a lot to us, you know, to be here and to share our story and to share what we're feeling. I really appreciate what you're doing for us and the Southeast communities. As you probably know, that it has been 7 years since my village of the Delices is a dead end due to Hurricane Erika. Prior to that, to get to Roseau was only taking us 45 minutes. Now it's taking us an hour and a half. This has a huge impact on our economy, on our health, our family life. As you know, cost of petrol has gone up, yeah? And even with our students, extracurricular activities, they cannot participate in. And it has many levels of challenges and impact. So me personally, I have a business. It's called Ulala, and I've been hit directly by Erika and Maria, and still haven't recovered because hit by a pandemic too. And the distances make it even more difficult because there's extra costs on petrol and all of that. Even with the slides, I have over $2,000 worth of goods. The trucks did not want to come up because of the slide that happened in the Mon Odelis area, Newfoundland area. So it's been very challenging, and like I have two children going to high school, and as you probably know as well, as of they only gone back last week Wednesday after a week and a half of school because we've been isolated because of the slides that we had completely cut off, no electric, no internet, no telephone for 4 days. No connection from the outside world.
So the main goal here is to plead to the relevant authorities to open this back road.
Excellent, so that they're aware, because we haven't had a representative, nobody representing us, and that is what we need. We're pleading, we're asking, and we are hurting. Yeah.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon.
Hi, good afternoon.
How are you?
Mo. I'm well, thank you.
How important do you think it is to get this back road open?
Well, I think that Dominica should never have an area that is cut off from the rest of Dominica. So with Delices, and I would say the whole of the Lapland constituency, including Rosalie, Grand Fond, River Syric, Mont Jean, as we could see from the impact that happened with the flood in Newfoundland, all of us were cut off. We're unable to access Roseau, unable to access school and work, etc. So the relevance for me in terms of getting a bridge in Petite Savanne is to connect the southeast to the rest of the country, connect southeast to southwest, which is really Roseau, etc. So I do not see what is the issue in terms of rebuilding that road, reconstructing it, because it is quite passable. The only thing missing is that bridge and that's really it. Just put a bridge there and put us back into being able to get out of the place when something dramatic happens, like what happened in Newfoundland.
But what have they been saying to you all in terms of opening this road?
Deborah, you might want to answer
Absolutely
that.
Nothing. It's just coming up occasionally and just like pacifying us and saying, okay, there's a man that has a piece of land that is holding back, you know, the bridge, and you know, just to come up and give us a little bit hope, as though we're a docile set of people. And you know what, they've just announced that they spent 127 million on the Southeast Road, and here in Delices we have a main artery, a main vein that has not been addressed. Yeah, you think about it, this is affecting from Scott's Head to Ponkasee. Yeah, it is affecting all of this area. When the fisherman from Scott's Head want to come to the Southeast for fish, what does he have to do? What does he have to do? When a tourist from Riverside Cafe want to go to Champagne Beach, what they have to do, or Rosalie Bay, Think about the extra cost. When a farmer wants to go and sell his produce, what he has to do, extra cost again. So it has a lot of impact, and we will not be isolated.
Let's hear from the others who are here, and you can see the banners: build a bridge, save life, and the Southeast economy, safe passage. What is more important? Reconnect Dominica. We shall not be isolated. So let's listen to what this gentleman has to say. Hi.
Good afternoon, Emo, and good afternoon to your listeners. Well, I'm coming from the lens of disaster risk reduction and disaster risk response. We know that climate change is real, and we've seen the impact of heavy rainfall in Dominica. Most of us, it's the first time that we're seeing the kind of rains that we're seeing in Dominica. And last week and week before, we were cut off from the rest of the island, as was already mentioned by the folks before me. And we are saying, well, if something happens, if there's a medical emergency, how do we treat our people, and how do we keep all Dominicans how do we treat all Dominicans the same way? So we feel isolated. It's a very vulnerable area, the southeast of Dominica, and we're saying that if we have an option, whether it's a bypass, whether it's a bridge, let us know so we can have some option of getting out of the southeast, and emergency vehicles and response coming into the southeast to treat our people if there has to be something of that sort. And we cannot wait for it to happen. You know, we were very lucky the last time and the time before that. There were no medical emergencies, but we're saying that how many times are we going to be as lucky? You know, and I have an 84-year-old father. He's in La Plaine. If something were to happen to him, how do we get him out of there? And all the hundreds and thousands of people who are affected by the lack of access, right? So we're sort of bringing attention to that and saying that please look at us as well, because we are very vulnerable in this part of the country.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon, sir.
Hello. With tourism being very important to Dominica, when there are many tourists who come this way and then they find they have to drive all the way back, especially if they're from places like Grand Bay or Scott's Head, and it is really disheartening for them. And so tourism is supposed to be a main earner for Dominica. I do not think we should be turning away or putting people off from going around Dominica. We're such a small island. So if the government agenda is tourism, or one of the agenda is tourism, then surely they have to fix the road to the bridge. And it's been like that for 7 years. Now COVID's coming to an end and tourists will be going around the country. It is
Spreading the funds.
They have to do it, and they're not doing it. So they're looking to lose Dominica money, or get tourism to have a bad impression of Dominica, and will turn away others.
Thank you so much. Good afternoon. How are you?
Good afternoon.
What do you think about this little mini gathering here this afternoon? Why are you here?
Well, it's very important, and we're asking anybody, government, non-government, everybody who know about that road. I've traveled over a few years before it gets damaged, and I enjoy passing on it. And now I came here this afternoon, and I'm not even sure if it's that road or if it's that road. I have to ask if it's that road or that road. So we want help to fix it. It is important because anything can happen. If we have to travel on that side, let us travel on that side. We are not saying God have to do his work. Anything can happen, landslides, but please, we're asking to help us on this road. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I remember some times ago that Miss Singwala,
Yes.
they started working on the road.
Yes, yes.
What happened to that?
She did a considerable amount of work on the road. Apparently she did a lot of clearing. And so right now you can actually drive right up to where it breaks. Isn't that amazing?
So
and
the local residents are willing to work, and I remember they were clearing the roads.
Yes.
I remember seeing some of them.
Yes, that's why the issue right now is to get that bridge, because we're willing to work to actually resurface the road or do whatever is necessary. But once we have the bridge, that is a big start. And you know what we're doing here, we're supporting the government initiative of making Dominica the #1 resilient country in the world. This is what we're supporting, because when a disaster happens, when something happened, what is resiliency? You have to have an alternative route to get the people going. Yeah, so we support in the government objective. Yeah, so yeah.
Thank you so much. How are you?
I'm all right.
I know you have memories of your father. I remember your father clearly losing his life while he was traversing this route. And I know sometimes you get scared. I mean, I know you are scared traversing this route as well. How important do you think this second road would be?
The last time I actually traveled this road was after my father's accident. That was in 2013.
That's when
right.
the road cut off.
Yeah. After the accident was the last time my students, I teach grade 6, and my children don't even know about that road. They don't know about the Petite Savanne Road, and I have to be telling them about it. And this is not something that they have to, like, it's not something of the past where it's no longer there, like completely gone. You know, this is something, it's there, and they just need to reconstruct it. We need access, because see, right now our road is broken, it's damaged, and that's it. We don't have any other option. There's no alternative. If somebody gets ill, just imagine an ambulance traveling on how broken up that road is, as opposed to a quicker access right here. La Plaine, I mean, our village, we have a saving grace, but then Delis and Dominica, they have another bridge in the gorge. If that for some reason gets damaged as well, what happens to these communities?
And this is the daughter of Kurt Hector, who died a couple years ago when the road broke, and he went. Yes, national football coach. May his soul continue to rest in peace. How are you?
I'm fine. Well, doing all right now, but it's really sad what is happening. Many families are separated from each other. You know, Daly's people have family in Grand Bay and they can't meet each other. Many people who have farms up there, they have to walk, or there's no transportation going up there, so they have to wake up early in the morning to walk to their farms. And since there's no other way that we can go except through there's no other way except through Castle Bruce Way. We cannot go. If we get blocked, we cannot go anywhere, and I think that is really sad. So, thank you.
Hi, how are you?
Good day.
Do you want to add to this discussion here?
Yes, I would. I mean, we're here this afternoon standing up in solidarity. I mean, with Deborah here for the Petite Savanne Road. I mean, it's been since 2015, after Tropical Storm Erika, that this road have been cut off, and the livelihood of our community as well have been cut off and been put on a hold. I mean, we have farm access, as you heard earlier on. We have families that have been disconnected. And the southern part, I mean, this is a main road that connects the eastern part to the southern part of the country. And I mean, tourists have been coming in here and wanting to go across to the other side just to meet a dead end. And sometimes they have to walk back, sometimes late hours in the night, saying that they cannot go through. So this is a very important road to us, and we are here standing in solidarity. As I said, Mrs. Singola started the project to clear the road. I mean, we heard the politicians come on the road, and we got a lot of promises that the road was going to be reopened, and we are still waiting, not even a word. I mean, I think that it is very disrespectful to the people of our community. So we are just standing here in solidarity and sending out a loud cry, a loud call, so that something can be done to reconnect this road.
I know you have been promoting this activity, and we only have a handful of people. Why are they not here?
Fear. Fear is the #1 reason why people are afraid, and that has been the problem, because we live in a place whereby people get handouts and gifts and different things, and maybe they're afraid for that to be taken away from them. And I can walk in their shoes and see with them. You know, I have empathy for them, you know, and that's okay. I completely understand that. But we will do what we have to do. We're doing an online petition, and I'm encouraging them to go out and fill that petition, they're afraid to come up and show their face. I understand that completely. And my question is, if not now, then when? That is my question. If not now, then when will a bridge be reinstalled? That is it. That's my question. Yeah.
What would you like to say to the relevant authorities?
Reconnect the southeast to the southwest. This is I would think, not that much of an expensive venture, and the people are in need of it, so just do it.
What would you like to say to the authorities listening to you right now? I know they are listening.
Yes, that road is very important to us, young as old, and it is so important. We have to look about it. Come and see it for yourself. Come and take a walk. Come and examine the road itself and see what it means for all of us of Dominica. Thank you.
Final comments?
Yes, I would say I believe last year the government spent $10 million on feeder roads for farmers and $127 million this year for farmers and access. And yet this is the main road, not only for farmers, for all the transportation, and for the general public and for tourists. And there was no priority given to it. So I think they need to reprioritize which roads are more important than others. There's always something of high priority, we understand that. But to spend so much money on feeder roads, I'm not saying you shouldn't spend money on feeder roads, but to spend so much money and none on the main road, then I think they've got their ideas wrong.
Final comments?
Well, yes, the call for Dominica to be the first climate resilient country is a brilliant call, is genius. I think it awakened in a lot of us the urge to work and to maintain Dominica as a nature island of the Caribbean. And we have to address our vulnerability. We have to address our vulnerability. And this is our reality on the ground. The children going to school, the man and woman going to work tomorrow morning, the bus driver having to incur extra cost. These are the things that we're talking about, real folks. So what can we do? Talk to us. Let us know what we can do.
And there you have it. Some of the residents of Delis and environs pleading to the relevant authorities to get the Petite Savanne, the Delis Petite Savanne Road, up and running. All they're asking for is the construction of a bridge. And they're saying that we shall not be isolated. Reconnect Dominica. Safe passage. What is more important? The circle is broken. Build a bridge. Save lives and Southeast community. This is Emonews, and if you're wondering why I'm here, this is of much interest to me. I am from Delis as well, and I'm happy to join this fight here, this little gathering to ensure that this message is transferred across. Thank you all for viewing, and have yourselves a good afternoon.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you.
We love you. Outrageous love. Come and see us soon on that bridge when it's installed.
We'll meet up.
And the road is at the back.
Yeah.
Right here. So I'm just going to give you a little tour. I'm not going too far. This is the beginning of the road. If you have a four-wheel drive, you can drive all the way up